Hi, and welcome back to More Than a Story, your D&D podcast for incognito interlopers. I'm your DM, Joe, joined by...
Sam, playing Guion Bowden.
Ben, playing Growth of Minotia.
And Lewis, playing Torsten Varingray.
Welcome back to our podcast. I'm going to dedicate this episode to our newly born nephew. Mine and Lewis's older sister just had a kid. Won't go into any more details because, privacy reasons and all those sorts of things. But, woo! This episode is dedicated to the new member of our family. Woo! Anyway, back to playing Dungeons and Dragons that he's rudely interrupting. Let's kick off with a recap. Last episode, you ventured around the city of Vlostress, gathering your supplies, making your final farewells to the city, collecting your dog, and then making your way down to the boat. In the midst of a massive thunderstorm, you came across someone you'd met once before, a man who called himself Ashlar, who said you'd been sentenced to death, Torsten, as he came across you in the street. He levelled a spear at you all, and a battle ensued on the docks of Vlostress before you made your way onto the ship, escaping, leaving behind a few fighters. Yes, and then you were just drifting your way back to the Heart of the Dragon, the airship of the Order of the Fallen Wing, as the sky was split open by a final attack that seemed to rend the clouds itself. You can now, drifting backwards amidst the rain, has stopped as the cloud has been split apart above you. You can see the twin moons of Vlostress in the sky above you. You are bloodied, covered in scratches, scrapes, dents, and all sorts of other injuries, but worst among you is Ellis Sharp, the Goliath who blocked the main brunt of the attack that devastated your team. He is looking real bad. The spear went right through his shoulder. You can see there's bone and other bits of mixed in cartilage and flesh that seem to be he's slowly trying to hold his shoulder. The team is bandaging him up as they're making their way to the airship, but it doesn't look very good.
Can I just clarify something? I was under the impression that we were on the airship and it was moving away from the dock.
You are on the smaller airship. You've drifted away into the rain.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you're on the smaller of the airships, the transport vessel, as it might be. That is just...
Yeah, like the long bit.
Yeah, the landing craft from the main Heart of the Dragon.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. In which case, yeah. I'll as Torsten sees this, the sky split in front of him, he's turns immediately, mind on the job, and goes to pump some lay on hands points into the captain. To the, what is his name, sorry?
Ellis Sharp.
Terrible with this.
Ellis Sharp.
I'll give him 10 points of healing.
Fair enough. The wound somewhat knits back together, but it's still looking awful. It's like he's like, I'm fine, and then he collapses backwards and faints. He's already lying on the deck of the ship, but he just collapses backwards into the lap of some of his companions who continue to bandage around the wound, which is still leaking a massive amount of blood. One of the deck hands comes up, just like, we're gonna have to get him to the commander. It's the only way he's going to survive this. They pull several of the rigs of the rope and it begins to speed off. It's picking up a massive wake as the rain slowly begins to roil back in again as the clouds close over Vlostress. The thunderstorm dissipated. There's no more lightning and rolling thunder, but that heavy downpour continues to pepper the deck of the ship as you speed off towards the Heart of the Dragon.
Guion, keep an eye out back. He might be following us. I don't know what that thing can do.
Muted.
Right, of course. Are you alright, Torsten? No, that's quite a fight.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, Guion. How stupid. Your bird's gone.
Yeah, I might have a little bit of a trouble looking out.
You might not be the best to look
maybe
out.
Wilfred can help me and him can, he can just tell me, an arrow that way or something.
Yeah, of course.
I'll come with, and I will be bird, I guess.
You can be my eyes.
Sure. I've also got no eyes technically, but
Sure.
Oh God. Am I the only one?
The term "the blind leading the blind" comes to mind, but that seems a little too on the nose.
Dumb and dumber.
yeah, we'll keep a lookout. Well, I'll keep a lookout.
Monoceros, can you make a perception check for me? Or an observation.
You said Monoceros.
I did,
haven't
because it's
been-
written down.
Oh,
Oh my
shit.
god.
Down.
Ah,
It's
no,
been
it's
down.
fine. His name's Growth and fucking Minotia.
It's Growth and Minotia. Everybody, Monoceros is my
Griffith's
past
name
campaign
currently has been
character.
written as
Yeah, literally, but I accidentally wrote it down, and now everyone's making the same
I'm
mistake.
gonna have to
This
write
is
it
great.
down, because otherwise I'll keep doing it.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
So, Monoceros, what do you see?
I wish I was Monoceros.
I wish you were Monoceros, because Monoceros had great
His passive perception was 23.
Yeah, but
Dang.
30 or something.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Not
That was
bad.
such a pain in the ass.
It was.
I was DMing for that campaign. It was a nice. It's like, and someone fails to sneak up on you,
Yeah.
and someone also fails to sneak up on you, and the secret hidden in this room is immediately obvious to
It was
Monoceros.
great.
It was great fun. It was great fun. I rolled a 12 on perception.
Damn observant.
Yeah, so good.
So you say 20...
No, 12.
12, okay, sorry. Got my numbers backwards there. That's like 20 something. That doesn't seem
What?
right.
No.
That'd be crazy. I think you said 27. I was like,
73.
that's ridiculous.
Deal with it.
It's hard to see in the rain. You don't see any crafts or vessels moving after you. You just see the rain impacting into the surface of the cloud and disappearing below it as the boat pulls away onto the actual cloud-like ocean that surrounds Voltress.
So there's nobody like Naruto ninja running across the water.
No, even a monk can't run on cloud. That's that's not in the rules.
I'm just checking. I have this image of this guy running like Rock Lee across the water and just like
I have an
coming
image of
at
this
us
guy.
like a bolt of thunder.
I thought you were going to chuck his spear and then like jump on his spear or some shit like that, you know, and just
Yeah.
fly through the sky. Like, I don't know.
like Dragon Ball
Defying
Z.
the laws of
Yeah,
physics.
exactly.
Anime character ass mother drugger.
Yeah, there is no
To be
hint.
fair, I feel like physics is fast and loose in this
That's
universe.
fair enough. Yeah, there's no hint, nor hide, nor hair of a man breaking the laws of physics to chase after you, or any other sort of craft that may be going through the fog. But additionally, it is really hard to see due to this heavy rain that is just peppering the sight in front of you. It's still making that wonderful tinkling sound over you as you look out over the back.
ASMR sound. Whilst I'm looking out of the back, with Guion.
Well, I'm not looking out the window.
Guion, that is true. Yeah, that is a good point. Guion, can I ask you a very personal question?
Yep, of course you can. What would you want to know?
Well, I mean, I've always wondered what it was like to lose a sense. How does it feel not being able to see?
Well, that is quite a personal question. Well, to be completely honest with you, Wilfred, because you're a very close buddy of mine, it very, made me very angry. Yeah, I was very, very angry. And actually, until I learned a way to like channel my anger into learning lots of the magics with my bow, I was a very angry person, and it's also really uncatered for by the armies. You'd expect, you know, if you give yourself a lot. Oh, I'm just gonna check. There's nobody following us, is there?
Oh, no, not that I can see at least.
Oh, good. Well, I'll just knock an hour just in case. But yeah, I was. Once you get an injury like that really fucks you up, there's not like any compensation, or at least it's very minimal, and there's not much help that is supplied to you. You have to kind of reconsider how you do everything. I was very fortunate to have met a nice chap that helped me to learn some magics, and now I'm, you know, I guess I kind of haven't lost it because I'm always seeing through Evie, so I haven't really, like, I lost it for a while, and that was very angry. I mean, this is a bit confusing, but seeing I've already died and come back to life, it's like, I have a great sense of comfort in my friends right now, like you and Torsten, and if I was by myself, I might feel very angry and scared, but knowing that I have you to look out, I very much trust you. So, I mean, I very much don't want to die, but I also very much trust you, so I'm feel like we're pretty safe. You say we're safe, I trust you.
Well, thank you, Grion. I definitely, seeing you die once was enough. I don't want to see you die again.
Can I ask you a personal question?
You go for it.
What's it like to not have a sense of touch?
That's quite a complicated question. I think part of why I want to see out of the world is because I feel like I'm somewhat distanced from it. There's a barrier between me and everything around me. I think that's why I wanted to sort of go into the boiler room, why I wanted to escape the upper parts of Vlostress, why I'm going to this freaking dead dragon in the middle of an ocean island place. It's odd, it's very weird. I have some, I think of what touch, I have some sense of touch. So I still can feel, but it doesn't feel the same as, I guess I believe probably it wouldn't feel the same as you touching stuff.
Can you feel the difference between like a really tender touch and like a firm handshake?
Yes.
Try. You can.
Part of it might be visual as well. I mean, like, you give it a go and put my hand out in front of Grion.
Grion's going to do his best, like, sensual stroke of Groford's arm. Like his forearm. We're not going past his elbow, but his forearm.
As you guys are reaching out towards each other, Torsten's going to come, like, crashing down to the back of the boat. Did you see anything? Is anything coming through?
No, I didn't see anything. There's nothing. No.
This isn't what it looks like.
You solidly interrupted a sexual tension.
Yeah, Grion's going to face the wrong way towards Torsten and be like,
this isn't what it looks like.
You two have the strangest sense of timing. But
timing.
I think we need to get him back to the boat, or he will not live much longer. I don't know what that wound is, but it's not healing how it should.
Do you know that spear man?
I've never seen him. Well, I've seen him once. We met him in the bar here.
Oh right.
Apart from that, nothing.
Last time.
Never heard of him. Never seen him.
Because he was a bit.
Actually, have I ever heard of him?
Roll a history check.
Okay, that's terrible for me. So
that's good. That'll make it more interesting canonically, Rennie.
So that's a 0.
No, you haven't heard of anything other than the facts that you may have pieced together. You've met him in the bar. What's his name? I've forgotten your person's. I've forgotten.
Ashler?
No, not him. The other one.
Alistair?
Yes, sorry. That was really mean of me, given that I killed him last session.
Hey.
We don't know that. He could still be alive.
Yes, the piece of information that you pieced together from his story of what happened to the Order of the Fallen, the Order of the Sentinels, even the spear that it pinned the old Captain Silverport to the ground. In that battle, he said he recognised that spear that Ashler was carrying, and potentially it could be the same person. But apart from that, with that, you don't recognise a spear-wielding person of legend or mystery or myth.
I can't quite see you, but I would just like to say, I didn't rat you out to anyone. I haven't said anything besides our group, just before anything gets tense.
Now I'm thinking about it. He said he was here for a member of the Order of the Sentinels. He didn't say he was here for me. He could have been here for Alistair.
Maybe.
And I am unlucky? I don't know.
Didn't he say your name specifically?
He knew my name. He knew I was a member of the Order of the Sentinels, but his instructions were only to kill one of that order. I don't have the exact words written down. Could you remind us of the words he said, Joe?
He said, Torsten Farrowgrey, I've been sent here to kill the last member of the Order of the Sentinels.
Okay. And I have told people around vlostress that I'm looking to join the Order of the Sentinels, or looking to be involved in them. It's possible that he's overheard or been sold this information by the priest at the Raven Shrine, one of the Corvid brothers. He could have overheard it or stolen it from Golden Wing.
I mean, maybe. I would think that Golden Wing's pretty safe.
Probably. I doubt that she would have sold it to him. After all, that
But
Golden
not that.
Wing now has my pledge, which is an interesting thing that happened.
Did he say his name at any points? Do we know anything
Yes.
about him?
Ashla. All I know is that I met him in the bar before, and he didn't seem intent on killing me then.
I remember that when Alistair appeared on the docks, she seemed to say something about how Ashla was actually looking for him. I seem to remember him saying, like, Ashla, you're looking for me. You've got the wrong Order of the Sentinels. There's another, and that is me, or something. So I feel like,
Something like that.
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we were quite vocal, weren't we, with your name and stuff? You were
Yes.
Torsten Farrowgrey all around. I don't know. Many
Maybe this order,
interpretations.
the name of this order is more dangerous than we thought.
Maybe we keep it hush-hush from now?
Yes.
Well, I
Yes,
don't think anyone's going to care. I think that the dragons are going to be watching for it, but
That is fair.
we're going to a very remote island.
Who knows? Dragons are sneaky. It's at that moment that you arrive towards the docking area of the Heart of the Dragon. You can see the crew has gathered around the edge, seeing the spectacle of the sky splitting. The commander himself is stood on the dock edge waiting for the ship to arrive. And as it alights, he goes, "What happened?" And he steps onto the deck of the ship, takes stock really quickly, notes all three of you being here, and then he goes over to Ellis Sharp and scoops him up into his arms. He picks up the Goliath. This high elven man just scoops up this Goliath figure, which is quite impressive, and begins to walk out through the rest of the crowd. You three, follow me.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
probably.
He makes his way through the ship. The crowd parts in front of him as he makes his way through the chamber. He seems to know exactly where he's going, and as you follow along behind him, he reaches through several layers of corridor. He reaches a large set of steel doors. He says, "Wait here." He opens the doors, and through it you see a really large chamber, well lit but still dim in the ceilings. The overarching ceiling disappears into darkness. It's such a large room on the inside. He steps in and closes the door behind him. You sat in the corridor, can't hear anything.
Grion's going to push his ear to the door.
Make a perception check.
Just natural instinct.
As he's doing that, I'll take a look at Monoceros. Sorry, oh my god, I'm going to do it.
It's,
it's
a real
I'm
problem.
going to look at
I made a massive
Groford,
mistake.
and you appear to be a little damaged there, Groford. Took some
Yes. Looking over, I have lots of dints, and my usual ticking is sort of sloppy, in that it's yes.
Let's see if this helps at all. And I'll try and lay on hands on Griffith for 5 points.
Now, is it a sensual touch or firm?
As the only touch Torsten knows how to do, so.
Do I feel the sensual touch too?
You do indeed feel the sensual touch. You've seen him do this before. He has an odd, habit of stroking his hammer handle. That is a euphemism. But yes, there is a...
Do I feel the warmth in my body as he touches me?
He does heal you, and some of the some of the gears clink back into position. The rhythm is a little more stable.
Oh yes.
What was your perception check, Graham?
15 is my perception check.
You hear it's really hard to describe what that sounds like. Just as if someone's like wafted out a massive sheet of fabric. Just a overwhelming a couple of times.
Okay. Gwen's gonna keep his ear pressed to the door. That's what he's doing.
You hear a final, and then the doors open, and the commander now has Ellis Sharp, one arm over his shoulder, and they're both walking out of the space together. Ellis's Sharp seems to have mended itself together. There is no more blood pouring out through it, but the bandages that are wrapped around it, fresh linen, still have a coating of blood. It's well, that's that one's gonna leave a scar. Thank you, Commander.
Captain Sharp, I don't know if that's your title, but you deserve a high honor. I'm in your debt for the defense that you gave us on that pier, and I apologize to you and your commander for any inconvenience caused by this marauder. He appeared to be something to do with me and mine, but I do not know why.
Think nothing of it. I am the shield of the Order of the Fallen Wing. It is my job to defend those who cannot defend themselves. I will go to my chambers and rest. I will see you all later. It's Ellis Sharp.
Ellis. Stand behind Ellis.
Stand behind Ellis.
Stand behind Ellis.
The commander hands Ellis to another crew member, two crew members who take him under each arm and lead him away down towards the barracks. The commander turns to you all. You should come to my study. Much to talk about.
Sure.
He leads his way back through the rows and rows of hallways and up to the captain's quarters where you last visited with him. You enter into his study, golden furniture, finely lit, decorated interior, elegant but brutalist architecture. He sweeps around the edge of the desk, his long golden hair flowing off his back, and he takes he's got a regal air to him now that you see him move around a little more. There's a sweep and a sway to the way that he moves. Powerful, and commanding. So, what exactly happened out there?
Can I just remind myself? Your name's Abraham, right? I think we've already met once before.
Commander Abraham Vanderberg.
Thank you.
Thank you again for your stalwart men and for your aid in this. Will he be okay?
He should be fine. He'll need to take a while off. Probably won't be fighting that dragon with us this time, but he'll be recovered by the time we make it to Tiamat.
Lovely to hear. The story of what happened is dates back further than today. We met him in a pub, a tavern,
yes.
a bar.
Well, yes, I suppose one of those. The Mossy Mess. He was staying there, but nothing more than that, a brief encounter. And then suddenly he appears on the dock and is trying to kill me.
Interesting. Do you say why?
He was hunting members of an organization.
An organization you're part of?
Yes.
Well, you are safe here on the Heart of the Dragon.
Thank you. This is not the way we wish to start this journey.
Oh, certainly not.
No, me neither. But I'm glad that you all made it out with your skins intact. Mostly.
Thank you. Part to your team, which are very impressive, by the way, because the man with the spear that attacked us was no joke.
Well, this is one hell of a fighter.
Can you believe that was just one of their, lieutenants?
A singular.
You should see
That
Luna.
being said-
She really does pack a punch. Now, and then she'll be annoyed not to have been a part of that fight. Spear v spear, something she's been looking forward to.
Well, I mean, we
Mostly
can tell
we fight dragons around here, but
Dragons
we
don't
tend to
wield
test our
spears
luck
very
with-
often, then?
not commonly, no. Some of the dragonoids, yes, certainly.
Well, I mean, if we see him again, we can let her know.
Absolutely. Anyway, you have departed Voltress. You begin to notice that the engines have rumbled up to life as you've been making your way through the hallways and departed from the main edge of Voltress. You can still hear the storm raging outside, even this deep into the bowels of the Heart of the Dragon, but you feel secure, safe, and this thing is moving at quite a pace. You should all get your rest. I shall have one of the members show you to your quarters. We will be having
Right,
dinner shortly, of course, as well.
Commander, a question before we leave. Did you recognize the creature?
I didn't see him. Not through the
Do you
rain.
know the description? Let me just quickly write my description down. Where did I get it from? Oh, come on. I literally just had it in front of me. That's so annoying.
Searching. This vehicle is loading.
While we wait, this episode is sponsored by Squarespace.
We
It's
were
not.
sponsored.
We really wish it was.
Not much to go on. Long dark hair, pale, human. Tall, wielding that spear like a I don't know.
A demon of some sort.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't ring a bell as far as warriors with the capability that we saw this evening. I only saw the sky being split, and that is an ability that is beyond me, or is understanding where that power comes from.
The name Ashla doesn't ring any bells.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Joe,
It's a fairly common name in the
Time to consult the Illimius.
I'm just checking the map. Yeah, can we all make
map's actually upside down.
Yes.
Yeah, make a history check for me.
'Cause he spent
It's a
some
fairly
time
common
learning
name
some
in Wasira, which is the capital of the elves.
With a history,
Mm.
that is 11.
You recall that when you were in your battle, you did determine that he was a creature of undead, though one of quite high power, because he didn't look at all undead. There was no rot following him. Some of the damage you all suffered in that fight was necrotic, which is similar to the
Dead damage.
creatures that deal that sort of damage, as well as the coldness that pervaded his presence as he attacked with your newfound perception in undeath. It was clear to you.
No, hang on a minute. Oh, I'm recalling something. Now, I know I mentioned in that fight that creature was undead,
Oh yes.
but I remember there was this story amongst the groupies when I was in my army days about this legendary fighter who, unlike an unkillable warrior who defied death, but unlike other undead, didn't wither away. I think people said it was because of his such high power and will and determination, but I wasn't thinking about it because it was a very stressful situation, but actually, it's a thing.
And Gwion says all of this facing the wrong way.
You're looking right into a bookshelf, and
Yes.
no one addresses it. Everybody's entirely on board with the fact that you're going to be addressing random objects for a while.
With what Gwion's saying as well, with the undeadness stuff, I've got proficiency in history, so can I also roll a history check?
Yeah, sure.
I rolled a 4 plus 4, so 8.
Nothing comes to mind. You know that there are a varied range of undead creatures that are quite strong. Foremost among those that comes to mind is a lich, but that's very, very powerful and more in the wielding of magic than armaments.
That's a godly figure guy. No. Well, I mean,
I shall consult my tomes, bestiaries and stuff, but they are more commonly dedicated towards draconic foes, as you understand.
is he suggest to like all of, is it
The books in the room, yeah. There's a whole wall is just an array of titles somewhere along the lines of fantastic monsters and where to find them.
Do you enjoy
yes.
reading?
I do. I enjoy partaking in knowledge is power, as they say. So understanding one's enemy is the first step in beating them. So I would understand that the next time you come across this foe, take the time to study it before you engage it in battle. And even if you can learn anything in between now and then, use it.
Mr. Abraham, you don't happen to have a few herbs, some charcoal and some incense lying around?
Check
He
the
says
supply
directly
hold.
into the bookshelf.
Yeah, there's none on that shelf, but we will. I'll have the quartermaster bring you some pieces. He'll come to your.
Wonderful.
Actually, if you go down to the hold, he'll show you.
Crawford, will you take me down to the hold?
Can Gwion please have felt the bookshelf and turned into another bookshelf?
Please.
You turn to face the door at this point.
Yeah. Well, Gwion, you're facing the perfect way, so I'll walk up beside Gwion and sort of like forearm connect, and I'll walk him.
Cool. Take your rest. We'll see you all shortly.
Thank you,
Commander.
Abraham. Commander, probably just Commander.
You turn around and leave through the door. He gives you a wave as the door closes behind you.
And the god left because of it.
Sponsored by
I'm still here. It's all
Forged
good.
at
Perfect timing.
Home.
Yeah, we have a really low budget for sponsorships.
Where's Gwion?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I know that we've gotten closer over these past couple of weeks, and I know that.
Whoa! I'm not into any of that stuff.
Oh
Just
no,
letting you know.
no, none of
No.
that. And I know it's not necessarily good to make jokes or anything like that, but it is very tempting to stick my foot out in front of you right now.
Yeah, don't do that.
I won't. That's why I wasn't planning on it, but it is very tempting.
I appreciate you letting me know how tempting it
Because
is.
you're covered in armor, so you'd go down like you might even break through the top deck.
Well, I'm sure I wouldn't. I'm sure I would sense it. I have been in the army for a long time, sixth sense and all this. I'm sure. I'm sure.
You're making it more tempting by the second.
You all are making your way down towards the cargo hold. Torsten, are you accompanying them?
Yes, I will.
Cool. No worries. You make your way down to the cargo hold, just a little ways away from the main docking area where you alighted on the ship. You can see that they're pulling that little boat on board. You can see the clouds moving rapidly past the hull of the Heart of the Dragon, either side of the ship. As you move your way down towards the lower decks, you see what looks like, as you reach the cargo hold, you see what looks like a troll? Ogre? Not really sure. It's a big figure as it strolls back like in between the things. You can see there's stacks of boxes in here, like big crates, like they're like 3 stacks tall, easily like way taller than a person, but you can still see this head wandering back and forwards through the tracks. You see it looks over towards you, and you do see like somewhere between like Goliath and like full giant. There's like is most definitely of a giant kin. Who goes, can I help you?
Oh, you sound a little bit like me. How
You sound a little like me, little man.
What did you just call me?
Guion, you hear like really heavy footsteps, and you're assuming that this is a full giant because you can't see. It's like
Guion,
a
don't
pleasure
worry.
to meet you. I'm Nara. I'm the quartermaster.
A lovely operation you seem to run here, Nara.
Thank you. I like to keep my boxes really organised.
Yes.
Is there anything I can help you with? Captain Vanderberg has told me to make sure that you've got everything you need for the journey to Tiamund.
Mr. Commander said that I could have some incense, some
Incest?
charcoal. No, incense.
You want some incense? Oh, incense. Got it.
Honestly, these giant types say these guys are. Anyway, whatever.
No wonder. Follow me, and she's like off through the Tron's going for it. It knows exactly where it's going. As she wanders back towards the through the aisles of boxes and pulls off a big crate and like lowers it down. No need for heavy machinery in here with her in here. As she lowers down crates and boxes. Incense, insects, encyclopedias, and this one's alphabetical, so it's nice and easy. Takes out a bundle of incense and hands it to you. What else? Anything?
Charcoal and some
Charcoal.
herbs.
That's in C and H. Got it. Runs backwards through
as she's going, I'm like commentating it to Guion, like now she's going over there, now she's tracking through boxes.
What, is he fucking blind?
Oh, just for now.
Alright, hold up. You call me little man. You're calling I'm fucking blind. Let's just have a little bit of respect.
Oh, are you blind? Oh, that was really fucking insensitive of me then, wasn't it? Fuck it.
A legendary brave warrior who
He
has
looks like a
fought-
legendary brave warrior.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's very
Was it
kind of you.
charcoal, was it? And he like pulls down a few boxes.
Guion went from like an 8 down.
Oh yeah, Guion's the meanest
sack of charcoal and lays that on the ground in front of you. Actually, that's enough. No more than that, less than that.
Guion will have a feel around and grab some herbs, charcoal, and incense amongst the pile.
Yep.
And then stash it.
But, Nara, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure
Sound
to meet
like
you.
You have a mighty stride.
Thank you. It's been said.
Excuse me, quartermaster. Might I trouble you for a small bowl of that incense as well? It doesn't have to be anything particularly fine.
Yes, let me just makes his way back to the same box, just like good job I didn't put it away yet. Scoops out another little bag of incense and hands it to you very delicately.
Thank you.
It looks really like tiny in her hand, and then hands it to you. And it's like quite a large bag. There's at least like 3
You know what?
uses of what you need it for.
You know what, Guion?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to test something, and I'm gonna. Can I? Please, could I have one incense stick?
One
Quartermaster?
incense stick.
Yes, please.
Sure. He like reaches into a pocket. She reaches into her pocket and she pulls out what looked like a big pair of salad tongs. And she like like pulls open with the pairs of salatong. She like opens some of the bags because they're too small to undo with her fingers. So she undoes some of the knots on them.
Is this
and
like
then
her
reaches in to
tweezers?
pull out. They're like big salatongs, but they're just enough extra dexterity to be able to fish out individual things from the boxes. So she very deftly picks out this additional incense stick for you. And she's like, there you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lavender.
Ooh, well, glorious.
I don't know why we have so much, but
Incense
Must
is
be
an odd
useful.
thing to keep in large supply, but thank you.
we have.
I suppose mages
rituals.
are odd people.
Yeah, we like to celebrate before hunts and after hunts, during hunts. Just
And in
we like
case
to
of
celebrate a
hunts.
lot, and it gets a little smelly. So
Yes,
That's
it's fair.
helpful.
Takes the
You
edge
never
off.
know when someone's going to do something awful in the bathrooms as well.
Cool.
This
Does
is a
that happen
big-
lot around here?
This is a big ship, and we've got a lot of staff that help with the tidying. Everybody chips in, but after a banquet, you do not want to be last in there.
It's a big ship and people are taking big shits.
Yep, big ship, big ships, big.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that was illuminating. Thank you for your help.
We do need a torch as well for illuminating.
No, I think I'll be okay. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else?
No, do
can
you
I
know?
please have a hug?
Yes, here you go.
Oh
And
my
you're
god.
lifted up into the air. It's like, I love giving hugs. Very, very
Oh,
cold.
you're very,
Pat,
very.
Pat, pat.
I mean, a
It's
very,
like being used as a drum.
yeah. A very, oh, thank you. Do I take any hit points of damage?
No, just emotional damage as you were so easily thrown about.
It's like, when you knock over something metallic like a bucket. It's like ding,
yeah.
bong, every time she bats.
I don't have anything that would make that right metal sound that you're looking for. It had an easy grab, which is a shame, really.
Guiana's going to make his way back towards a room or the deck. Or something.
No worries. There was a member of the Fallen Wing following you around who leads you to your quarters. It's a fairly neat little guest cabin, I suppose. There's like 6 bunks in here, and it's kept for people who might be not actual members of the Fallen Wing. But it's got bunk beds, 6 bunk beds, little desk area, enough room to keep your stuff. It's got a lock on the door, so your thing can be kept.
What's the
guy
light
hands
source?
you the key. There's a what appears to be an arcane force, like a bulb in the center of the ceiling that's illuminating with a sort of yellowy blue glow. It dissipates across the room really neatly.
As the guy who hands us the key,
Do you have any torches on hand by any chance? I've run out. Oh,
I don't have it on hand. I can run down to the quartermaster if you're missing any.
yeah, sorry, I totally forgot to ask. It'll be really
That's
useful. And maybe
no
the flint
problem.
and steels or something to light it, and I promise I will be responsible.
You have a flint and steel. It's all good.
Perfect.
You will have the
I've got one of
capabilities
those.
of lighting a
I mean,
fire.
I
Yeah.
can help you lighting incense if you'd like.
Please don't be lighting too many smoky objects in here. It's a closed environment. Smoke.
Is this like
Inhalation.
Hot
is this like
boxing.
uni? Yeah, hotbox. Are you like a uni?
Do not
donation
hotbox the Order of the Fallen Wings skyship. It's not okay. Right, you've gathered all of your pieces, all of your interesting bits of equipment, and you have settled back into your cabin with all of the things that you were looking for. What are you doing next?
I'd like to head up to the deck if that's alright.
Okay. There isn't like a top deck. There's a lower
Okay.
gantry that's open to the air
Yeah.
because it's
I'll go
like
there.
a blimp.
I'll try and find a point out of the way, out on the gantry.
Mhm. Yeah.
If that's possible.
Yeah, you can make your way down through the corridors. A couple of people just they respectfully give you a little of extra distance. It's like they're the guests, they're the people. Right, just to take an extra step, make sure you pass without a problem. They're very attentive to your presence as you walk through the halls. You see most people seem to be settling into their cabins. Not a lot to do for the journey as far as, things. But as you can hear, there's a bit of sparring going on as you make your way through the halls. What are the two of you doing as Torsten's going?
Well, girlfriend, I've got to do a little bit of singing and dancing, and burn some nice smelling aromas
Lovely.
to try and attract Evie back from a whole nother plane of existence. You're welcome to be a part of it, but no pressure. It'll take about an hour.
I trust in you and believe in your ability, and have a good day. I'll be honest, I'm very excited to go and see what the hell is happening, and but as soon as you can see, come find me, but have a good dance.
Maybe you could let me know, because the ship's quite big. Maybe like an hour's time, if you want to check back in.
Sure.
Would that be okay?
That sounds like a great plan, actually. That's a good plan,
Wonderful.
yes.
Okay, I'll see you in an hour.
Okay, have a good song and dance.
No worries.
And I'm gonna try and look for. I mean, I'm guessing this place has no windows or anything. It's gonna
There are like porthole windows on several of the sides. Kind of odd. It's like there's the main body of a ship on the underside of a blimp section. So, and then below that there are like gantries. Think the airships from Avatar: The Last Airbender, like that, but much larger, with this underhanging fortress essentially on the underside of one. So then there's the platforms that people would firebend off of. Those are all around the bottom end of it, where Torsten is now headed. But that's the general layout: is this boat-shaped structure, big balloon on top.
I'm gonna spend the hour like sightseeing the boat, but like not inside, like just looking at all the window, any sort of view I can try and get of the clouds, and anything, any sort of land, any sort of anything I want to be doing.
Okay. Make a just perception check for me. See if anything catches your eye.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Don't see a lot. It's really foggy. It's rainy. It's late. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning currently. As far as like time wise, you were getting on the boat at midnight, and then you ventured into a battle. It is dark and it's cloudy. There's not a lot of moonlight because you're in the middle of a storm and you're moving fairly fast. So not a lot to see out of the window at the moment, despite there being windows. Sorry, I should have been a little clearer about that.
All Gucci.
I feel misled.
It's sunny. It's beautiful day.
Frankly,
rainbows and like golden dragons sparkling in the sun. That's what's happening.
I mean, we don't have an escort of actual dragons.
Sorry, it's the heart of a dragon. They tend to avoid it.
we're not inside a real dragon. Kind of naff.
Yeah, exactly.
Mid campaign.
Solidly mid. No epic.
Not at all. Not even slightly cinematic.
Too realistic, not high enough fantasy.
Yeah.
What
do you mean it's rainy and I can't see? What the fuck?
Once reaching like the first 2 windows, and I can just see black nothingness, like water hitting the window.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like start resting outside Huion's room, I think.
Okay.
And literally just lie down on the floor.
Will you let me know in an hour's been, Joe?
No worries. Torsten, you make your way down to the lower gantries. You're greeted by the buffeting winds and the carrying eddies and cloud and wetness of the underside of the heart of the dragon. Yes, you arrive on the bottom of the airship amidst the rain and general tumultuousness of the evening. It's a bit gross.
Okay.
Bit grey.
Okay. I'll find a quiet corner and attempt to light some incense.
Okay.
In a bowl.
Make a survival check for me.
Okay.
It's pretty bad conditions for lighting incense. Sorry about that.
That's an 8.
Okay. It takes a little moment to get it started in the nasty conditions, but you do spark up a bowl of incense that begins to slowly drift out, the scent of it pervading the air and then quickly being whisked away by the wind.
I will place it on the ground in front of me. I'll kneel down and I'll say, "Soul of thee who passed beyond, fate's thread guide you to her embrace. May you sleep in peace and rise not to an evil call. Alistair Gray, thank you for your service. You will be remembered." And I'll take a coin from my purse, I'll touch it to my head, my lips, my heart, and then flick it over the side of the boat.
The
That's
coin
really cool.
That's really good.
spirals into the mist.
Another fallen comrade. And then I'll gather everything up. Okay.
Cool. About an hour later, you perform your ritual. There's a vibe going on in there.
There's a vibe, and Guion's like throwing herbs and incense, and he's chucking some charcoal in at this point. It's all kind of out of the fire. And then you hear like build tension building. You can probably feel it, Monoceros. Fuck.
We've all done it.
Growfed can probably feel it from the inside, like from the outside of the room, like this tension building. And Guion's gonna be like, "Come on, Evie. Come on, come back to me. Come on back to me." You probably hear it mumbling, and then you're just gonna hear like a few minutes later, it's gonna be like, "Shit." That's all.
Guion, I'm gonna knock. Get up and knock and open the door.
Come in.
The waft of smoke that hits you. You can see it's being pulled into like big grates on the floor in the centers of each room and the hallway. The smoke is being pulled out through vents in the floor.
Holy moly!
But it's still quite heavy in there as you enter in.
Guion, I mean, am I bothered about the smoke at all?
It's obnoxious.
Imagining Darth Vader.
I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Anyway, you come in and
I was
Guion
just
Go on.
I was just imagining Guion dancing around the fire in that same sort of way, and then instead of throwing the incense into the fire, he immediately throws it off in the wrong direction, and then goes
out the window. Just
That sounds like again.
out the window.
That would be pretty funny. That would have been a really funny twist. So you come in and Guion is there. Might be looking a bit different. I think. And in his hand, he's going to open his hands, and not a bird, but a frog is there instead, to Guion's disappointment.
hello.
Evie seemed to have a stronger connection to I think a toad.
Ooh.
Well, I guess
Because
you can
like
go
the
here,
long,
Evie.
like double blink, like the one eye and then the other.
Oh wait. I'm confused. Can you see through the frog?
Yeah, I can see you fine now. I can still see like normal, but just not as aesthetically pleasing as Evie's beautiful owl form.
But why have you got a frog instead of Evie?
Well, no, it's still Evie.
Oh.
She still came back. It's the same person. It's just she can take different forms. And,
Oh right.
I'm not so good at deciding exactly which form she can choose. And I guess she felt like the frog was more pleasing. I guess it's its punishment, because I let her die and everything. But like, yeah. Well,
That's going to
I
be.
guess I got a
great
frog
for
now.
You, though.
Got to hop to it. That's.
Okay, how do I disconnect from this game?
I feel like Guion is hopping mad at this point.
Is this because she croaked?
No.
Is that what it
Oh
is?
no!
Oh.
Oh no! Terrible.
So, anything
Terrible.
interesting about the ship? Growford, you've been around.
I can see fuck all. Out of the
On your
window,
wanders, you
sadly.
did find like the main hall, the training area, the library. Like
It's
it's
well
a
equipped.
well-fitted little city. That's
Yes,
what you've got.
well equipped. I mean, through some frog eyes, maybe even better.
Look, maybe you... anything we should go check out or anything?
We can go check out the. There's a very romantic. No, just kidding. We can go check out the main hall. We can go there. I mean, we can go find Thorsten as well. I have no idea where he's got to.
Yeah, I mean that's
2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you can also sleep.
I'm feeling nap.
I'm down for the
Suddenly, we were tired.
Hey, that's really interesting. So frogs have like near perfect dark vision, by the way, just to throw that out there. I was just looking if they see in a different colour. They see in a different visible hue range from humans as well. So they're very good in low light conditions, particularly sensitive to greens and blues. So you'll be adjusting for that for a moment. While your eyes and your spells and your incantations currently just figuring out and adjusting, so everything seems very vibrant. That light in the center of the room is quite blinding. As Thorsten, you make your soggy way back out from under the ship to see the hot boxed room and the frog and Monoceros. Fuck!
Disgusting. That Gwion, there's a you can't see it, but there's a frog on your hand.
I know.
I don't even know how it got on there. Don't worry, I'll get it. And I grab
No. It's Evie.
How did this thing? Oh, it's so slimy.
Thorsten, that's Evie.
Wait,
She's
it's
punishing
slimy?
me for letting her get here. She's come back. She just decided to take the amphibious form.
But Evie was a colourful,
I know.
bright little
hummingbird.
hummingbird.
I know.
Owl.
Very sad.
Right. Okay.
Very sad.
Yes.
Listen,
Hi,
let's treat her
Evie.
with dignity and respect.
The warts look good on you.
Exactly.
Double blink again, just the slowest of sarcastic double blinks at you.
Okay. Well, you have her back.
Thank you.
Can I try holding Evie? I'll be able to see how she feels.
I imagine that's okay. Here you go.
There's a
Hold
couple
Evie.
of like pads around cold metal.
How does it feel? Does she feel really slimy?
Do you feel slime?
People aren't capable of like feeling wet, but there is like the definite additional of slipperiness to it.
That's interesting.
So you can definitely feel the additions of the frictionlessness of the frog slime.
She's very. Maybe you should if you use some of her on the end of your arrows, then you can it goes in just easier.
Evie is not a poison dart frog. I will tell you that right now. Not allowing that one.
Such a realistic DM, not enough fantasy.
You're not one-shotting any humanoid creature.
For frogs, she has a swim speed of 20 feet and can standing leap 10 feet.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw. And
That's
can
nuts.
hide
She
That's
also
on
fucking
my-
bites for 1 piercing damage.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're done in. That's it. You're gonna die in your sleep because that's what she's gonna do to you. Anyway, you're going to sleeps.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, let's go to bed.
Cool.
Time to go nap.
Yeah, I
Honk
think
shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe.
You drift off to sleep, lulled by the sounds of the engines. The light turns off and it goes all pitch black in your room. Nice bass rumble that pervades the ship of the Order of the Fallen Wing as you drift off to sleep. Thoughts of battle and strategy, you going back over each scenario in your head as you drift off to sleep, fitful or otherwise. You awake in the morning, the light peering through some of the portholes in the cabin to a weird noise. It's like a It's repeating over and over again.
Have we got a long rest by now?
Yes, you'll have long rested.
Thank you.
Before we deal with whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, before that comes and deals with us.
Yeah.
Oh. Gwion, will you shut up?
Oh, that's not me. It's Evie. Wait,
Evie.
No, not even Evie.
Shut up, you frog.
Crowfoot.
I thought frogs croaked.
Ribbit.
No, not me. I'm not sure even if I can whistle.
You cannot. There's no shot.
Like, yeah.
We're on like a very irritated flat neighbour. It's just gonna like bang on the sides of the wall and on the roof. Like,
Yeah, like that.
It's coming from your bag, Grayford.
That's so good.
I cast binding. No, just kidding.
Just fireball.
I will open up my bag.
You see, nestled in the midst of your pack, the sending stone array given to you by Lady Goldenwing.
Nice.
That is currently giving off its solitary ringing sound, trying to get your attention, vibrating backwards and forwards, and making this high pitched, tinny sort of over and over again.
I just sort of poke it with my other hand.
Grayford, is this the song?
Hello. Oh,
Grayford.
good morning.
Thing on.
Right, I'm gonna start a 1 minute timer because that's
yeah.
what it lasts for.
You can see the recording at the top.
I could do, but it won't bidding.
Oh, I
bidding
see.
thing,
Yeah.
so,
Okay, cool.
Timer. No, I don't need a 13-minute one. I need a minute timer. Okay. It's officially started.
Hello,
Grayford, we don't have much time to talk.
What's up?
Are you all okay?
Kind of. We got attacked by a guy with a spear. Torsten, what was the guy's name?
Yeah,
His
what?
name, guy with
It's
a
so
spear.
early in the
What's
morning.
his
What
name?
is happening?
Ashler. We got attacked by a guy called Ashler.
Okay. Yeah, he did quite a number on the
He was
port.
a bit nuts.
Torsten, Alistair Grays is dead. And Captain Sunforge lost his arm in that fight.
Oh.
The assailant did manage to escape, unfortunately, but I'm sure he took a few injuries in that battle. But we don't know where he's ended
Is
up.
he still on the island?
We're not sure as of yet. We're conducting a full-scale investigation, but the Corvold brothers have turned up dead as well. And it cuts off.
Oh.
Have they? Corvid brothers are dead.
Why would the Corvold brothers?
Well, Corvid brothers being dead makes our life a bit easier.
Yeah, but I feel suspicious.
The stone goes dead grey, and it stops its incessant buzzing.
Oh, finally the alarm stopped. Right, back to bed.
And you can go back to bed.
Did we tell them about the Sentinel?
The what? The what?
The Order of the Sentinels. Did we tell them?
I think you might have? Didn't you say that you were some sort of like?
Can I try and recall, Joe, if we told them?
Torsten, you can make an insight check to see if you gave any sort of insight into your own backstory. But I'm not sure anybody else will be able to remember, especially you, Guion, what with
That is a 14.
conking out.
Well, if he mentioned
14?
it in the presence of a Corvid brother.
14 from Torsten. I'd say potentially not, but divine energy. Potentially, they put a few things together.
But
sure.
why would they be dead? Did they try to fight the spear guy?
Well, he could have used them for the information.
Oh, maybe. How would they know they'd have the information?
I don't know. Maybe he was following us.
They were also involved in the covering up of the flesh amalgam leaving.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, they
Yes.
were. Yeah, because the leaf was.
As far as bits of information that they knew.
there. That means they sort of it was wasn't it something to do with your family? Does that mean it all seems attached? Maybe.
It does seem quite convoluted and
Okay, fuck you. Sorry, just so my plot point's convoluted for you, Justin.
Yes. Yes.
no, complex. I don't know. The fact that they're dead speaks something.
What? Sorry, say that again.
River's back to sleep.
Did your gears just make a snoring
Yeah,
noise?
I think I did. Maybe not. I mean, maybe.
Gwion, I'm not imagining this, am I? His gears just ticked around in like a.
For a bit.
Yeah, I think Wilford just makes some weird noises sometimes. It's just, I'm kind of used to it at this point.
Bleep bloop bleep.
Yep, just like that.
Yeah, well, that's
Very
just
normal.
you.
As I sit up out of bed.
Just the window started on the
Entertainment mode.
entertainment mode.
If you ever make a performance check, you have to make that noise just before doing it.
Yeah, it's sunny
Oh, I'm glad
outside.
no one-
The stone has gone silent, and you are currently floating, drifting out. You can see that it is a bright day outside of the airship, and the hum and whir of the engine is going by as you come to more consciousness.
So I've more or less been pretty chilled out in the room. Working to the Evie back, making a portal between the planes for Evie to slip through. What have you guys learned about the ship? Anything
It's dark
interesting?
outside. And it's it's
Very wet
waterproof.
yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
Good
That's
to know. Don't want to be on a sinking ship, even if it's in the sky.
I have not seen much of the place, but it looks to be a mighty fortress. I'm sure it will hold up well against whatever comes.
How about a pleasurable stroll? Maybe a bit of breakfast if we
Yes.
find any?
Breakfast.
Yeah. Groford, for some reason you're really giving me... I've come up with a nickname for you,
yes.
I think,
What?
if you'll be okay with. Monoceros seems to really fit at the moment. I don't know.
It's a
Oh,
man of
what a
legend.
serious-
But,
Sounds like,
oh,
I don't know. He screams long hair to me.
It keeps distracting me.
it's giving
Every
verbal.
time I go to
Yeah,
refer to you, I'm like,
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
It's
Your brain
giving.
has to do a double take, right? Your
You
brain has
know
to
what?
do a
I
double
literally
take.
tried to find where I
Yeah.
can change it, but I can't find it.
You
Oh,
can't.
no.
you
Oh,
can't.
well, no, well, it's in the title, which is going to be very helpful for when I'm editing this
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
as
yeah.
us to, like, whose audio file is this?
You're so welcome.
Groford, I think you took some time getting to know the ship yesterday. Do you know where we might find?
There was a great hall, right?
The
Would
mess
that be the
hall?
mess hall?
Yeah, so you saw the library, the mess hall, the training room, and...
What do you like to eat? Do you like to eat some
the
pretzels for
storage room,
breakfast?
yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I'll start my morning workout
Oh, wow.
routine.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'd actually just done my armor, so give me 10 minutes.
Actually, no. Actually, I'll be like, is there a gym?
There's a combat area. I
A,
saw.
is
There's
there a
fighting
training center?
arena or something? Yeah.
Hey, Torsten, maybe it's time that we, tested our metal. Excuse my pun.
I mean, if you think you're metal enough to take me, Iron Man.
I know I am.
Okay.
But let me
Anytime
just
you're
on my
ready.
armor.
So you're going to do some sparring before breakfast?
I was planning to
breakfast.
do just a basic, like pre-breakfast workout.
Got it. Okay, no worries. You make your way
Maybe
to the
maybe drill some kata, that sort of thing.
You make your way to the training area. It's a like bamboo matted floored space with a series of equipment around the outside edge, weights and exercise bars, benches, all of these sorts of things that you need to fit in a solid workout in the morning. There is already several members of the Order of the Fallen Wing in here, exercising and generally being active. You don't know anyone in particular, but there are. Oh,
Who was that?
Hello?
do. Yeah, it's just Sam.
Bing,
with
bing,
Sam.
ding.
Oh, hello, I'm here. I'm sorry. Can you not?
We saw your panicked face for a second.
Quite on.
Take that.
There we go.
All Gucci.
Sorry,
all
that's
Gucci, all
my
Gucci.
bad.
All good. Yeah, you make your way to the training room and begin your morning workout. It takes you a little while to get used to the equipment as well as not really knowing what's okay, what isn't okay to overstep in the space. But yeah, you.
Does Guion
anything
get
else
there?
you'd like to do? Yeah, you will make it there fine. Frog on shoulder.
All right, Torsten, here it comes. He's running in speed.
Okay.
Holy.
I'm going for a
I
grapple. if
don't have
possible.
my armor on. I don't have my shield.
I spent 10 minutes putting my armor on, so I'm
So
going.
I actually don't have that high of an AC right now.
It's fine, I'm not going AC, I'm going grappling. We're going like jujitsu grappling.
Oh, right, sound, yeah.
Strength 3
Really
dex.
cool.
Tasty, tasty.
Strength 3 dex.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
18 on athletics for me.
Holy mo.
Acrobatics.
That's a 24 from me.
24?
Who's athletics?
Okay, buddy. Okay,
I rolled a
buddy.
natural 19.
Holy
Bink.
fuck. Okay, you're just gonna like sidestep, I feel like, and Gwyn's gonna...
No. As I see you come towards me, I'll be midway through like an exercise, like with like a fake, like for imaginary. I'm holding the hammer. I'll just turn, and as you come towards me, I will sort of like a judo throw.
Nice.
I'll take your weight. I'll roll backwards, and I'll just flip you onto your back and stand up.
There's like a resounding clang where I hit my back on my armor. Alright, come on then.
Morning.
Let's go. That wasn't. Oh, no, that wasn't meant to go. Round 2.
He's gonna run again.
Okay.
Do exactly
Yeah,
the same.
Yeah, exactly the
Okay,
same.
let's go. Let's go.
See, this time he might try and like jump, like
Ooh,
pounce from the
air
air.
attack,
Although
air
that
attack.
just kinda
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
the
hell
head
yeah.
off, so-
faint from above. You got it.
Oh, that's crap. That's 12.
That's a
Oh
23.
Jesus.
Bro.
You think he's fallen for it, but this time he just as you're getting closer, it just sweeps the leg out from underneath you, and you topple to the side, sprawling into some
Listen,
mat.
Guillaume's just.
Is that
Sorry, go on.
is that frog of yours? The eyesight, the field of view probably isn't as good.
You know, it's just armor. It's weighing me down. Let me just go take it off and then I'll try again.
Sure, whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Go for it. Do you want to tap in or you know, you just get your
Let
exercise?
me know when you feel.
I think
Let me know when you're ready.
Grappling's not
Yeah?
quite me.
And I'll just get back to my card.
By the way, once Gwyn has doffed his armor, he's yeah,
Straight back in there.
going with the element of surprise if possible.
Okay, you're less
Although it's
cranky
not
now, so
particularly
that's
surprised.
yeah.
Clang, 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 clang. My passive perception is 11.
Yeah, I mean, Gwyn's not particularly stealthy. I mean, it's fine. Like, I mean, he's
Okay.
quite stealthy. But I don't imagine him like actually stealthing. You know he's there. Like you're aware of his presence. Like,
Ow.
can
I nearly rolled a 17. I
Oh.
did not.
I have 17.
I got.
Hey.
Oh, this time the stealth approach works.
Yeah, he's gonna go and then just like grab you around the waist because that's about his height, and then he's gonna just try and do the lift and slam on the next thing with the next
Suplex.
contested roll. If you're
Okay,
able to do
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah, the suplex. Oh shit, that's 10.
Yeesh.
Oh.
11.
Oh!
Does he break free?
Like, I like the idea that he tries to suplex, but
I
then
guess-
for Gwion, go on, what, yeah, what's
I don't know.
Stumble out of it.
Yeah, I'll try and like. So I mean, it's so close that I guess I'll just like hold my ground and try and get a grip on your waist to like
Can there be
flip you.
Okay.
Can there be an
okay.
awkward
You
moment
gonna try
where
and flip me
Guillaume
then?
pulls and Torsten tenses and nothing happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yo, this dice is ass. That's 12.
Dice jail.
Oh,
Relegated
18.
straight away.
18, yeah. Gwion slammed to the floor.
Yeah, the pivot back in with the hip, and you throw him back round on himself, and he sprawled once again into the mat with a 3-0 lead. To Torsten.
Something that you can see now, having like seeing Torsten in full like training gear, like a sleeveless tunic and stuff, is that he is ridiculously ripped. Like theoretically he could bench press 300 pounds, something like that.
What? Oh yeah.
No,
DD
like
maths. Yeah.
legitimately, because his strength is 20. He's
Yeah.
Oh,
his
yeah.
bench
That's
press
crazy.
is crazy.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
He's like world's strongest man level of strong.
Okay.
Guion's
You,
much skinnier than his armor would have you believe.
Yeah.
Still toned, but skinnier.
Okay.
It's a dexterous build, one might say. You guys rally through your training session, doing workouts and the occasional surprise attack from Guion throughout.
Guion keeps
is there-
getting floored.
Got a couple of days of travel. If there's anything you'd like to achieve in the time while aboard the airship, you let me know.
Guion is going to keep trying to beat Torsten every morning before breakfast.
Every morning.
Oh,
Okay.
But based on how this has gone, he loses.
I am completely wrong, by the way. I can actually deadlift 600 pounds.
Holy!
That's totally ridiculous.
But deadlift is different to bench press.
I can deadlift 600 pounds.
It's crazy.
That is kind
Wait,
of crazy.
have you googled how much strength equates to like stuff in D&D? Oh my god!
Yes.
Wait, deadlifting
That's
600
what
pounds.
the strength statistics.
The Eddie Hall deadlifted 500 kg, which is like 1,000 and something pounds. Eddie
Yeah,
Hall's
it's
strength in
pretty
D&D,
close.
like 27.
We're talking.
Eddie Hall
Yeah,
is
he's
a
a-
17th level barbarian, whatever it is,
Yeah.
plus 4 to strength.
Yeah, Eddie Hall's a
Honestly,
5.5 edition like
Yeah,
fighter rather than
I just uploaded an image to our Discord of a man deadlifting
Oh my
600 pounds.
Okay, that sort of physique. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
so
Ripped.
solidly well powered.
That's someone's on
Man.
right there. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. After working up a light sweat, Torsten's gonna towel off and head to
Nice.
breakfast.
Okay.
Good sparring
So you're gonna
session,
spar
Guion.
with him each day, Leon, you said. Can we roll just 3 opposing athletics checks to see how those go?
What is this for the whole trip?
Yep,
Or
this is for the
time
days that
being?
you're traveling. Not for right now.
18 on the second
Ooh.
day.
Nat 1.
He gets
Okay, so you
Now,
finally
what
get
does he
the
do
upper hand.
with
It's a decent sparring session. You get a good few licks in off your game on the second day. Can we get the
Hell
next
yeah.
one?
Oh.
Is it athletics or is it strength?
Athletics, which is strength.
10.
Yes, but strength. I'm
It's an
not
athletics
proficient in
check.
strength, and I am proficient in.
Yes, it's an athletics check.
In which case, that's 16
Yeah, 10
for the second day.
Okay, get the better of him again, and one
Athletics.
more for good luck.
Oh,
15.
21.
Okay, so you pulled the score fairly even.
He's
on
doing
that
it.
one.
He's
Yeah,
happening.
you know.
Yeah. He works
Not
hard.
bad, not bad.
Solid.
I will be doing my best to spar with people from the dragon, from the Fallen Wing, from the Order of the Fallen
Mhm.
Wing. Work on my hammer practice as well, and
Yeah.
generally train for the entire time.
Yeah, and
Fair
otherwise,
enough.
Guion's going to do a bit of archery where possible. Try again that like same thing he did in the training at the church in the city. Oh shit, I've gone. Oh no, back yet. In the
That's
city where he would like hold a stance and just take shots really calmly.
Fair. No worries.
I'd like to use this time, if possible, to justify the addition of the Crusher feat in the character.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you get yourself a whole wagon full of watermelons,
Melons.
and you
Yeah.
simultaneously just crush them between your thighs and each like arm at the same time, just bang.
I basically just take up baseball.
Yeah.
Because that's what Crusher does, basically.
Mm.
Crusher now allows me to increase my strength,
Tasty.
which is great. Once per turn, when I hit something with bludgeoning damage, I can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, as long as they're no more than one size larger than me. And when I critically hit against a creature, all attack rolls against that creature have advantage until the start of my next turn.
Damn, that's
so
really
taste.
Nice. Yeah, you're in there like
Mainly,
snapping, like putting like thick wooden posts in like chokeholds and then like snapping them under your arm just to train your muscles and your strength on that critical attack. Monoceros, is there anything you're doing in the few days that we're traveling?
Monoceros?
Yeah, that fucker's sick. It's gonna get me.
So annoying.
You're gonna have to not do that next time.
It's one of the other fallen wing members.
Yeah.
Monoceros is this scrawny looking rat dude.
Wow. Big old lanky
Is there
cowboy.
any sorcerers in the fallen wing? That I can seek for some sort of guidance.
No draconic sorcerers, anything like that?
There is a draconic subclass of sorcerer, isn't there?
Draconic bloodline sorcerer.
Yeah.
Basically, I'd want to.
I'm gonna say not that's making themselves obvious.
Is there some sort of
the
like? So this is. I get the sense that the room that they're training in is very much martial. Is there a sort of magic room with like books on magic and any sort of like?
There's the library, which contains a fairly standard array of magical tomes and bits of knowledge into the arcane, but it's not nearly as complete as like the library at the Golden Wings Academy. But it'd be a decent enough space to tune into your magic.
What I'll do as well, actually. Guion. So you're just gonna.
He says after being winded by Corson.
Bleeding
you're
internally.
Okay, everything all right?
Never
Okay,
remember.
amazing. I won't ask you any questions. You're firing lots of arrows, right?
I usually do after breakfast.
Can I just can I train with you? I kind of wanted to try something. I don't know if it's possible, but I was wondering if it is.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So
More than welcome.
I'm going to spend my time trying to, when the arrow is about to strike the dummies, manipulate whatever I'm manipulating, time, space, whatever my power is, trying to manipulate the arrow as it heads towards the dummies. Trying to hone in on it. Every time it's happening, I might want to say I would get bits and pieces, tiny jerks maybe of movement or of dilation, but frustratingly not actually get an answer, but keep trying.
Are you trying to specifically tap into that event that happened on the docks?
I'm not actually. Well, I'm trying to flavour my reasoning for higher levels. But
cool. No worries.
whilst I'm doing that, I can tap into my memory in the docks. That's a good idea.
Okay. Nothing particularly. Actually, roll me an arcane check for me. That is, go and watch the whole arcane
Right,
series
okay,
again.
here we go. I'm off. I'm
I
gone.
said an
I'm
arcane
gone.
check. An arcana check for me.
I got to roll the 50.
15. Okay. There's nothing happens in the time that you're manipulating and using your ability like this that sparks in the same way it did when whatever happened on the dock happened. You noted in the moment that time didn't quite work in the way it was supposed to, but not quite sure how or why. But you do remember that ringing sound that happened as it happened, that echoed in the back of your head, that no one else has noticed so far.
Can I... With the ring... Yes, the ringing sound. What did it sound like again? I've forgotten. Was it like a high-pitched squeak? Was it like a clang? Was it...
Like a sorrowful peal of an ancient system, like something that's not worked in a really long time, beginning to chime again.
Okay. Cool. Aside from that, not much. I'll probably, like when you feel like you might have a skill, then you just try using it at random points. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be like yeah, exactly. It'd be like eating food, and I just try and like reverse the food someone just ate.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Nothing, no time dilations, no warping of reality happens around you, but it's something you're beginning to focus on. The weather for those few days is fairly middling. You pass out of the main storm that was surrounding Vlostress as you departed in that first morning, and then from then on it's clear sailing, occasional foggy days when you're in high altitude cloud, or some brighter, sunnier days when the land opens out underneath you. You get to see the beginning of the coastline coming into view of the edge of Algora as you make your way up further north along the edge of the Grey Coast. As the end of the third day arrives, you begin to see... Oh no, sorry, not the... I'm getting lost in my time. The beginning of the third day, as you've been travelling, you see the edge of the scaled coast, which is a large section of a basalt delta along the edge of the northern territory of Brotha, the furthest northern kingdom in Algora. This is a kind of cold, isolated landscape with these basalt pillars right along the edge of the coast that span a large area, giving the name its signature style, giving it its name, as well as its proclivity to dragons that are travelling further north, resting and stopping here before making their final journey across the ocean to Tiamund. You notice on this third day that the heart of the dragon begins to dip lower down towards the coast, losing altitude as the day progresses, until you hear a alarm go off. Somewhere in the middle of the day, about just after lunchtime, the klaxon, this bell begins ringing off in all of the thing, and you see all of the members of the Order of the Fallen stiffen and then move all at once. Like simultaneously, everybody disappears towards their posts. A member of the crew runs up to you and goes, if you'd like to accompany me, we'll be taking you to the observation room for this particular
Is there a fucking
event.
dragon?
We've spotted a black dragon.
Awesome. Happy to be wherever's needed.
Mm-hmm. He leads you through the hallways to the bridge, which is an area you haven't made your way to in the time you've been on the ship. This is a vast, dark chamber with this big glass dome on the front of it that looks out of the front of the Order of the Fallen Wings ship. The commander is there at the helm in front of what looks like an arcane array. His hand is out on a swirling pattern of a blue matrix, and in front of that a much larger version of the same thing, which appears to be controlling the ship. You can see this golden light is feathering off from around his wrist and his fingertips, and interacting with the arcane energy that swirls around this console, for lack of a better word. Gentlemen, you're in for quite a show.
Have you got any there's that stuff called where like you take corn and then heat it up and pop it?
Popped corn?
That.
We have some poppet corn. It's I think it's down in the galley, unfortunately. Sir, go get some poppet corn. And he turns to one of the one of the staff members who goes, "Yes, sir," and runs off down the.
Thank you, my good man.
He runs back in the again. Do you like your popcorn, sweet or salty, gentlemen?
Yes.
Salty, please.
Salty.
Thank you.
He's looking very expectantly.
Whatever's easiest.
Yes, sir. And he disappears back out around the corner.
Neither.
Yeah, that is the
like
easier.
Butter it, just butter. The heart of the dragon descends towards the coast. You're maybe still, a good few hundred feet up in the air, but you see ahead of you a scaled monstrosity atop the edge of these basalt pillars. As it hears the whirring coming, you see its long snake-like neck turn up towards the craft. It's at this moment that you see that the smaller ships that you were ferrying backwards and forwards on the other day have spread out into a larger formation around the heart of the dragon, like wings flanking the ship.
Commander, if
Yes.
I may ask, what crime has this creature committed?
He points away in the distance, and the one of the panels of glass appears to expand like a telescope, looking out into the distance, and it shows you a large section of the coast a little ways up, blackened and melted, twisted steel that once looks like farmhouses, maybe a smaller village that has been corroded and destroyed by the dragon's wake. You can see
Let him do it.
in the at the feet of the dragon, where it is as it's beginning to like raise its wings, there is a collection of hoarded items that are hard to tell what it is, but it looks like it's got several wagons, loads of things. It appears to be picking through them at the moment. From the size of this and your vague draconic lore, you'd say this was an adult black dragon.
Ooh. Chunky guy.
It's a scary boy.
I'll stay behind the glass, thank you.
No, we could take him. Right.
Yeah,
got-
we could take him.
We got reports that this creature has been given a local title, the Obsidian Death. A little fanciful, potentially, but time for it to die.
Sounds a bit more like the Obsidian Dead.
Yeah.
That's what
That'd
I
be
said.
good one.
He's a good sense of humor, this man. You watch as the dragon takes off. It begins to like beat its wings, looking to stand its ground rather than run, as it flaps its way up to become level with the airship. The smaller crafts dart out in different directions, getting height and depth on this aerial combat that's about to ensue. You see that each ship has about 6 different crew members on it, one who's dressed a little differently, so potentially a commander of a different kind. You see as one of the ships zooms right past the main window here, Luna, the member of the Fallen Wing with the spear, is spearheading the formation, weirdly enough. You see on the deck of each of the ships is one of the large ballista with or scorpion with these heavy metal harpoons set onto each deck, as well as each of the members of the Fallen Wing is outrigged to their own boat, so they can lean off the side of the boat to get better shots and angles and advantages as they all speed towards the dragon that is rearing its head. The combat ensues and a flurry of activity as each dragon and warrior begins their sultry dance of death with each other. The dragon releases a torrent of black mist that just pours in all directions. It creates this massive fog cloud obscuring it momentarily as it melts one of the ships of the Order of the Fallen Wings, the crew bailing out just before it does and drifting on parachutes a little whiles later before they hit the ground. The dragon is peppered with arrows and harpoons, and you see like bolts sink through wings and different extremities as it begins to thrash out. It is chasing after crafts which have picked up a momentous speed to lure it away from the main assault that seems to be chasing around. So it's got this 3 or 4 crafts that it's dedicating its attention to, and then like 8 or 9 crafts behind it, peppering it with shots and arrows before it turns around, and the whole formation changes to protect the 3 that are being chased at any given
Can I
moment.
ask a question about Guion?
Mm-hmm.
Guion, when we're watching this, are you like, you know, when you watch someone else fight and you start like doing the motions but really small?
Definitely.
I feel like that's Guion energy.
No, I don't think Guion is doing the little motions, but I think he is.
He's doing big motions. He's doing full-on roundhouse
Left a
kick.
bit, right a bit.
In the
Give him a
air.
left. Give him a left.
Yeah, I think.
Give him a left.
I think every now and then he's like, yeah, go on.
Look.
Like watching sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you going to say? Guion's a little bit.
He's not doing any motion
He's
or
just
anything,
watching.
but he does get he's definitely excited.
Yeah.
Fully engaged.
The battle continues on for a decent stretch of time. There's about like It seems to drag on forever. The creature seems to have an inexhaustible amount of health, and these arrows seem to be fairly ineffective, or they're bouncing off scales. But it does seem to be slowing down the creature, slowly wearing it down as the crew members begin to load harpoons with lines of chain off the back of each one as they begin to fire these in, which are slowly reeling down the creature. These arrows aren't attached to the boats, but that huge length of chain that is trailed behind is now hanging off the creature to slowly exhaust it, giving it this momentous weight that it has to now carry as well as fly and fight. There is a awful systematic brutality to the way that this creature is being torn apart. They've done this several times. The battle concludes when several of the crafts begin to circle. There's just this creature is doesn't know where to go. It's surrounded. It is outnumbered and outgunned on every flank. It lets out several more breath weapon attacks in the meantime, but you can see that the end is nigh for this creature. And just as it's beginning to falter and fall, barely being able to stay afloat in the air, the larger of the outrigger crafts begin to level much larger harpoons and fire. They sink through the creature in various spots, impacting into its body. Some hook through the clavicle, one goes right through its wing, the other goes straight through its neck, and that's the end. The beast sags onto the chains that were connected to those final harpoons, and the beast is brought back towards the airship. The commander lowers his hand away from the orb.
Impressive.
Can I ask,
Very
Commander,
impressive.
what is it that you are doing here with the orb? I mean, it seems to me that all these guys are doing all the work, eh?
I'm keeping the ship level at an even distance away from the dragon at all times, in case anyone needs to retreat.
I see. Well, most impressive. Well done.
Wow. I mean, systematic. Perhaps we could discuss the formations at some point, the large group troop movements.
Absolutely.
It was some of those sweeping counter charges were very impressive.
It's all also
Well done.
directed from here, and he moves his hand across the orb one more time, and you see that the panels on the walls here are relating to flags on the outside of the ship, which are giving additional signals to the crew on the outside as they're moving. Yes, it's quite the coordinated effort taking down a dragon like that.
Is that your biggest kill?
No. Not with this formation. We've taken down some truly colossal monsters.
Well, I'm glad you're out there. There's, you may have saved a very large number of villages along this coast, and I'm sure the Kingdom of Brother has a lot to thank you for.
Well, one must be done. Must be done.
Do you know if the dragon community fear you?
I'm sure the name of the Fallen Wing has spread. Through the smaller dragon kin, I know that those with enough intelligence to fear things fear us. Those with more intelligence hide. Those that don't know us stand and fight, like this one did. Anyway, they'll be bringing it in. Would you like to see?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
He makes his way out of the chamber. The doors close behind you. You make your way down towards the cargo hold where you saw Nara the other day. You can see that the bay doors at the back of the space have opened, and those ships are beginning to bring in the body of the dragon. You see the thick black ichor blood dripping off its flank as it is lowered to the ground. The chains are secured for extra precaution, tethering it to the spot. Commander takes a moment, nods. Well, who did the final strike? He turns to each of the commanders. You see Luna strides forwards. It's like, well, Ellis will be disappointed at this one. This is another mark for me. She takes a stride forwards, and you see that she goes over to one of the wounds and just below the collar, and takes out what appears to be a large saw, and takes a section of bone out of the collar of the dragon. It'll be carving another for me. You see that she taps each of the medals across her chest, each now that you know is carved out of dragon bone from kills. Well, a celebration. Another beast vanquished. We shall butcher it in the morning. Each part of this beast is useful.
As the sort of like the group breaks a little bit, I'll come to the commander quietly. Sorry if I overstep here. You call this creature a beast. I was under the impression that dragons were intelligent.
They are. Fiercely so, which gives them more of an edge to be cruel and mean. Those which are the chromatic nature have a tendency to step out of their boundaries more than others. Some have found peaceful lives. Others step out of bounds, like this one.
Right. Bounds that you set.
I think they know when they've overstepped. They are intelligent creatures. Burning villages and razing things to the ground is not the way things are done in this era. And they will know that.
Of course. Just trying to understand.
Of course.
Thank you, Commander.
A feast to celebrate. And they make their way back towards the hall, and a long night of drinking and revelry, given that they started in the morning. It begins around lunchtime, and the party continues way later into the evening. The skyship begins to drift back up to altitude after recovering its fallen pilots and a few of the bits of wreckage from the ships. They leave the dragon horde alone, however, of the stuff that it's collected.
Torsten, a word, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, of course. What can I do for you?
Where
This
are
is
you
another
going?
surprise attack. I swear to God, I'll body slam you so hard.
Where are you going for your
We
conversation?
lost today, and today's loss is enough. We'll just hang back, like as everyone's making their way to the party, right? We'll just
No worries.
a bit behind everyone in a slightly lowered voice. Well, you know, as impressive as it is with the Order of the Fallen Wing, and they are very, very impressive, it's one thing for humans to bash each other's heads in and, you know, have this level of brutality, but in some ways, I'm left feeling a little bit sad for the beast, as they call it, because it just doesn't look like it has much of a chance, you know?
I suppose. But then, does a criminal have much of a chance against the entire police force?
Well,
Or the army that's sent to
I
stop
think
him?
I
The Lord's
think
Justice?
criminals have done pretty well previously.
That's true, I suppose. But does a individual's ability to resist justice give them the right to continue existing outside of it?
This is getting way over my head, I'm not gonna lie. The philosophy is like, whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see your point, basically, which is do bad stuff. You know, what goes wrong
Got
comes
shit,
wrong.
get hit.
Yeah, that was, to be fair, pretty much my point, yes. I am unsure on the morality of, I don't know, it seems a bit odd to keep calling it a beast and also not think of it, and yet it's intelligent. There's some grey areas of butchering a living creature for your own ends. I'm not sure on that one, but
yeah, I would say I was quite excited to see it be taken down, but afterwards it seems almost sad.
I'm ashamed, Wilfred. I feel the same.
It's going to be really
It was
cool,
amazing,
right?
don't get me wrong. And the beast has done very bad things, as what they have told us and shown us. But I'm also left with a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Like, there is an area of greyness, and I'm the all guns blazing, run straight in there, guys. So if that feeling is left with me, then it's like, gotta raise a flag.
Yeah. It does seem worthwhile, though. I mean,
But maybe I'm overthinking.
there's a circle, isn't there? Beast bad, beast too bad, beast now dead. Or dragon, I should say.
It's true.
But it definitely seems to be less of a fun hunt, maybe. I mean, maybe not for some. I'm guessing, have we seen friggin' Goliath guy? Is he like...
Yeah, he did make his way down to the hall. He looks miffed to have not been taken part in the thing. He looks even more pissed when Luna walks into the hall wearing her newly carved spearhead in black bone.
how many she got?
That's a great question. I think they each had 8, so she'll have 9 now.
Broke ahead.
Oh wait, no,
9,
she had 8.
10.
She had 7, so they're back to even,
Ooh,
which is
Okay,
even
okay.
worse.
I'll clap him on his shoulder and say, well, I'm sure the next one will be on you.
Well, when this is sorted, yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
It's not a problem. I've taken worse injuries.
Anyway, I think this is still a cause for celebration. What do you people drink on this ship?
Whatever we like. A glass of ale,
Man.
meat, wine, whatever.
I reckon in your state I can still drink you under the table. If you want a challenge, maybe that's your
Our battle will be legendary.
I might be able to join into that.
Absolutely.
Does that
More than
I
merrier.
mean, let's find out.
Isn't that like adding
I am
AI
interested to
a
see
deathmatch?
if I can drink a metal man. Over
Let's
the
find
table.
out.
Will your hydraulics keep you afloat, or will it be the ale that finally does you?
Well, I've never drank so much as I've been on the floor, but I mean, I'm sure God will put a liver in me somewhere.
Fair enough. I mean, it's poison after all. It's got to do something to you.
Let's see.
You begin a healthy round of drinking. Gwen, are you joining in?
No, Grion's gonna go find Luna.
Crazy.
Okay. She's sat at her own table, doing almost as much drinking as the three of them combined.
Damn.
She has a
Grion's gonna
spear,
strike. Oh, go on.
like propped up against the table, several drinking flagons in front of her. She knocks one back as you approach, and then slams it back down on the table.
Grion's gonna place his bow on the table and go.
Alright then, Luna. So, well done today, first off. Very impressive. Very, very talented. But, I want to get a taste for myself with this, Dragon Slayer Mahaki. So, me and you, right now, wrestling.
I don't
Unless you're
fight
too
after
scared.
fights. You understood? We don't do
Oh,
fights right
well.
after fights. This is the time for celebration, not more war.
Oh, I see it as a form of celebration. It's not war.
Well,
I
that
don't
is
wanna
the
hurt
continent for you, isn't it?
Well, we can fight
we shall
tomorrow.
spar in the morning. How about
Okay.
that?
Okay.
I
If
will
you
see
want to
you
lose
tomorrow,
then,
then
that's
tomorrow.
fine. We could do it
Oh,
then.
well,
That's fine.
I don't rise to the challenge the same way Alice does.
Tomorrow morning it is.
Absolutely.
And, well done. Again, very impressive.
Thank you.
And then I'll go join the others and drink.
Fair enough. Each of you make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Can I actually get drunk?
Make a
I think you're
Constitution saving
resistant
throw
to
for me.
poison, right?
You are resistant to poison, so actually you make your Constitution saving throw with
Let's
advantage.
go. Oh,
Rather than 2 different.
23.
Yikes.
Holy
This
moly.
is bad.
That's rough.
That's an 8.
8.
23.
23, 28, was it?
23. 23,
23.
23, 8.
23, 23, 8. What did he get? Ooh, Ellis shot's not looking too good. The wound and his medication don't mix well with the mead that he's knocking back rapidly. So weirdly enough, he's the first to fall out of this. It takes a few hours, but he is the first to collapse under the table, much to the jeers and hilarity of his teammates.
I told you that you think you can take out dragons, but not a sentinel. I'm watching you.
You're right there, Torsten. Not looking so steady, eh?
I just need to sit down for a second.
Look, you finish my beer. We like to drink with Torsten, because Torsten is our mate.
Could you roll
Torsten will put his thing down and just...
an insight check to see if you can withstand the
good
peer
to
pressure?
Can I do something sneaky to try and make a reason why I'm not getting drunk? I wanna somehow slip some sort of bucket or some sort of cup underneath the table, and I've got a little facet that's like coming out of my leg.
Just that
yeah, putting all the alcohol into it underneath the table.
Nice.
Reminds me like
roll
the
a
Pirates
sleight
of the
hand check
Caribbean,
for me.
where like they were drinking the alcohol and it just goes straight through the
Straight through
skeleton.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, you definitely get away with it in everybody else's inebriated state. Can you two of you make another Constitution saving throw for me?
Me and Mono.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mono.
Grayford and
Mono.
Leon.
Oh no.
11
I've
from me.
malfunctioned. A 7.
Oh no. Yeah, Grayford is looking a bit tipsy. Those cogs are whirring. There's a weird like wind chime sound coming from him. It's like
That's
he looks dizzy.
that's not me.
And the pair of you stagger against each other as you drink later into the evening.
Can I just toss? Wait, Torsten, what are you? Are you really drunk? Or are you alright?
Yeah, Torsten's like
I'm
almost against the edge of the table.
I'm gonna
He's
be like,
this is
Torsten,
laid back,
I'm
counting the buttons on his
I
shirt.
am a robot,
Huh?
and I can drink better than you. And I'm gonna start doing.
Doing the robot.
Doing the robot.
I didn't even start
Oh
yet.
really? Oh really?
This
oh,
is
oh,
what milk
oh,
we're drinking?
Yeah, that's
Something
cool,
like that.
actually.
It's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
As human, or not even human, as a giant kin, I'm just saying, I can do that way better than me.
Oh, good.
Then you
What was
go
that?
for it. Just watch.
And he's going to do the robot as well, but really badly.
Wait, are we saying? Are we doing a performance check?
Oh, yes!
Yes, performance checks from the pair of you. How good is your drink?
It fits so perfectly.
No, it's great as
fits
well.
so
I rolled a.
perfectly.
I felt I actually got a good pretty good performance. I rolled a 8 overall.
Damn. His robot is unsurprisingly better than yours.
Mine's more like the waves, you know? It's like
Oh,
a
okay. Want to feel the flow? Yeah.
Had to feel the flow.
So at this point, Ellis rallies himself momentarily. Goes, "You three should go get some air. Go to the back of the ship. Go get some air by the storage docks."
I got my way out.
I'm
Robot
gonna
your way
help me and Torsten do, well, if Torsten allows it, but like the arm over the neck.
Over
kind
on
of-
the shoulder, quick
Yeah, yeah.
wander.
Absolutely.
More like Torsten's elbow on my head, but yeah, that kind of vibe.
Torsten, you used just like a couple of lay on hands just to rally the the inebriated state enough to wander down.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
can do it.
You make your way back through the body of the ship, away from the sounds of drinking and partying in the main hall, back to the storage docks, where you see the both the body of the dragon and the open airlock of the refreshing cold air of the upper up here in the sky is refreshing and very awakening as you feel the cold air. It's pretty dim in here as well. You can just about see the silhouette of the dragon and the open hatch to the sky. There's a weird sound, however, as you enter in the room. You can hear this like
robot.
sound as you approach the center of the room.
I keep doing the robot.
You see something like move in the shadows in front of the dragon. You see someone standing there, but it's really hard to make out who they are. The silhouette just stiffens and then runs away.
Friend, do you want to dance with us?
Hey, we do a really good robot.
What was that?
I don't know, some person eating a snack.
You see, as you get a little closer to the body of the dragon, you see that the blood has pooled onto the floor around it from its various wounds. But you can see just above the gap that Luna carved in its neck to get the section of collarbone out. There's additional like gash marks, like someone's taken a knife to it. And are those teeth marks in it? There are definite like chunks like eaten out of the edge of this black dragon's neck.
Odds on, come on.
What did I do if I shoot him? Is that like, am I going to become a dragon robot if I eat some dragon?
Do not eat the dragon.
Sorry.
I'm not meant to do that?
This is a terrible idea. We need to inform the commander of this. I don't know if this is normal, but whoever was doing it didn't feel like being seen.
You hear they like
That's true.
drip of the blood into the pool that surrounds it, and then there's this sort of sloshy noise as the blood pool under the dragon begins to shift backwards and forwards, and then congeals. You see the blood like shrink away from your shoes with that, as if it's being siphoned towards the body, and then this globule of blood and meat slops into a congealed mass in front of the dragon, writhing and becoming tendrils.
Hey, do you want to dance?
And that's where we'll end.
Nice.
Are we, before we sign up, so I can remember this, are we considered poisoned?
You have disadvantage on a few ability checks that we'll go over next time, but apart from that, you with the occasional touch of lay on hands, which I mentioned deliberately, you're all right for this fight.
Are we armed?
I
you
would
have
have
your gear
taken
on
my
you.
bow. I would have taken my bow.
I'm magic.
Okay, cool.
We're not going to disadvantage you that much. The alcohol's enough. Anyway, thank you for listening to More Than a Story. This has been awesome. Follow us on all those social media things that are really important to a podcast like this. But we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
how can the runner of the call raise a hand? I would like.
Can we just lower
Sorry,
that
I have a
down?
question, you guys. How can the runner of the call raise that?
Well, can we just let's just wind it in here, Joe. I think I speak for all of us when I say like you're raising your hand a bit much. It's quite disruptive. If you just gather your thoughts and say it all at once instead of just constantly raising your hand, like
it takes away from the immersion.
Sorry, I'll do it properly. I'll save it.
Can we do that for the session as well, please? Can you just get all your points out in one
use
go?
the raise hand feature.
I would also like to just mention while we're on the topic, you keep doing all these voices for lots of these different characters. I'm finding it really annoying that you're playing lots of different characters and a bit unfair, really. I'd like it if you just stuck to one, please.
I'll take that.
Or to keep track of.
Or in
sorry, Torsten, you didn't raise your hand. Can you shut the fuck up?
sorry, yeah. There we go. How's that better? Yeah, cool.
Nice.
In counterpoint to that, if you can't keep the characters straight, could you at least dress up as the characters as you take into them? And then we'll
take that into consideration.
I would like to second this
I
motion.
expect a goose outfit.
I third that motion, please.
Sorry, yeah. Hi, it's the DM here, raising my hand. Shut the fuck up. Words that begin with I.